I'm not sorry about what follows at all, and I never will be, so don't look for an apology from me about it. But here we go. Fox News, Fox TV license removal may be in jeopardy as the FCC invites public response. Of course, I got informed about it from the Tech Dirt article in particular, who I recommend you subscribe to the RSS feed of. They're awesome. But the Fox TV broadcast station license renewal is up for a debate at this point. It's facing an uncommon level of scrutiny at the Federal Communications Commission, with the FCC taking the rare step of allowing broader public input on a petition to deny the station's renewal applications. The proceeding concerns at WTXF TV in Philadelphia, the only Fox-owned TV station that's currently up for renewal. An advocacy group called the Media and the Democracy Project, MAD, petitioned the FCC to deny the renewal on July 3rd, arguing that Fox has repeatedly aired false information about election fraud, sowing discord in the country and contributing to harmful and dangerous acts on January 6, 2011. I agree completely. Fox News, and ever since the disinformation and misinformation that they have and the false, information that they aired, there has been an ongoing elevated threat level that has been created entirely by that of domestic terrorism and everything else. Mad says that Fox lacks the character required to maintain a license and hopes that Fox stations will lose their licenses too. No other Fox News stations are up for renewal until 2008, according to a Bloomberg article. Fox intentional news distortion, sanctioned at the highest level of its corporate structure and fabricated by management and news hosts, amounts to misconduct that violates the FCC's policy and character of required broadcast licenses, and was so egregious as to shock the conscience, the petition said, for as evidentially hearing into as a for asking for an evidentiary hearing into the hearing into Fox's misdeeds. It would be unusual for the FCC to deny a license based on television station's content. License revocations occur more commonly when a station owner is convicted of a crime or when station owners fail to file their renewal applications until after a license has expired. Fox fought the request for a broader public debate. On July 18th, Matt urged the FCC to change the status of the license renewal proceeding to allow more public participation because of the issues raised in the petition go beyond Fox's day-to-day operation of WTXF TV and address a broader question of whether Fox retains the basic qualifications to remain an FCC licensee. Other public interest groups want to participate in the proceedings, Matt said. Fox opposed that request, but the FCC that announced that it will make a change in notice issued yesterday. License renewals are generally classified as restricted proceedings for purchases of ex parte filings, but the FCC noticed that it can adopt modified ex parte procedures and particular procedures if the public interest requires. We have concluded that classifying this proceeding as permit but disclose would, in this case, permit broader public participation and therefore serve the public interest. The permit but disclosed procedures now apply to the WTFX license renewal. Permit parties to make ex parte presentations to the commissions, and commission staff require that these presentations be disclosed in the record of the relevant proceeding. Fox News the FCC to deny the request for permit but disclosed treatments on July 19th, arguing that license renewals are not vehicles for debating broader public policy questions. Given the uniquely party-specific nature for a broadcast license renewal proceeding, it's exceedingly rare for the Commission to place a license renewal proceeding under the more permissive procedures for permit but disclosed proceedings that Fox said. Fox said it is aware of only one previous example of a license renewal being permit but disclosed treatment. That was on July 2007, when the FCC used permit but disclosed proceedings for the renewals of the Fox News stations of New Jersey and New York. WWO and WNYW. The FCC eventually closed the matter over a decade of filings, allowing the stations to keep their licenses until 2018. You know, they cited the defamation suit that has basically won, so it's now established illegal precedent that Fox News aired misinformation on the airwaves, regardless of whether that is controversial or whether you disagree with it or not. That is now the legal reality and legal status of what the official government's position is on these matters and procedures. So, Fox News, from the standpoint of the law, aired knowingly false information on the airwaves. I don't particularly care if you disagree, because, you know, that is now established legal fact. You can have your own opinion, but you're now trying to have your own facts if you try to disagree. And I decided to leave my own comment to the effect of: the single greatest thing the FCC could ever do in its entire history is fully revoke the broadcast charter of Fox News. Their lies about election fraud are only the beginning of the absolutely poisonous effect this one outlet has had on the nation. By holding them to account for their official position of their broadcast lies, the company is harmful in a myriad of other ways to the nation. This likely isn't the only misinformation they've ever sold. They are a major right-wing disinformation psyop channel, and I urge the FCC in the strongest possible terms to use the strongest possible enforcement and revoke their license to broadcast, as in deny their request for approval here in Philadelphia. And I hold to this point. This is the remedy that I support when it comes to Fox News, and really the best way to go about dealing with the problem of Fox News, because it is in fact a problem. Its effect on the nation has been poisonous. It's effectively it is not a news outlet. It is nothing more than the propaganda arm of the Republican Party, as it has been accused of before. It actually is. That is an accurate, objectively speaking, description of Fox News. So, I'm done with this. I mean, what? How can you argue that they're not, when they were willing to air, broadcast lies about, the perspective about the fact that your president had lost an election, the president that was running on the GOP ticket? I mean, this news organization has been fully in the tank for the Republican Party, and it goes back a long way. I mean, they had a conspiracy to put Republicans on the map by creating their own news outlet. In particular, they invested a huge amount of money in it, and now they do. They've put their party on the map because it was fading into the background before, but now they've managed to go and prop themselves up again, and revive a party that should have died out a long time ago. So I don't care, and you can call me a censorious piece of shit all you want. I really don't care. I'm tired of them. The Fox News effect, and the effect that it has had on this nation, is effectively brainwashing a huge section of the public, to stop using their brain and just do as the dear leader tells them to do. And towards unquestioning obedience of the Republican Party and its narrative. And I'm done. I am beyond disgusted with this. I'm glad that the defamation suit has managed to pull down quite a bit in the Dominion suits that have been filed against them. But
it's garbage day.
The family has no sense of timing. I mean, I'm talking, and it means I'm recording, period. Every time, if I'm talking out loud into my computer, I am recording. I don't want them on here, but yeah, I have garbage duty apparently to go deal with. But anyways, Fox News has had a completely poisonous effect on the country. The fact of the matter is that because of their lies, this whole nation is in greater danger. There's been an elevated threat level of right-wing terrorism by some of these right-wing blowhards that have been brainwashed and actually think the election is stolen, and that their only remedy at this point is to basically, try to engage in some terrorism. So, because they misinformed them, now we're in greater danger than we were before. This outlet is doing direct harm to the nation. And it should have its license to broadcast pulled.